The following presentation is by Sam Smith Productions in association with Black and Gold Productions.
Welcome to the live stream. Welcome into the live stream, folks. Welcome to the live commentary. Welcome to the live stream tonight. Carlo, score! The newborn dad! Marshawn across, Coyle scores! Charlie Coyle! It's a power play goal. Here's Zaka. Shot. Score! It's Pavel Zaka! Shattenkirk. Lowry, score! Mason Lowry! Bruins lead 5-4. He scores! The Bruins win! David Pastrnak! The Bruins win Game 7 in overtime!
And now, Sam Smith Productions presents another live commentary of the Boston Bruins on YouTube.
Look at that information. We're at the top. Oh yeah. We'll talk about more of that. We'll talk more about that in a bit. Welcome into the live stream, everybody. Glad to have you with me here on this Tuesday. Oh. You think it's an April Fool's Day joke, but it's not. Will the April Fool's Day joke beat the Bruins attempting to play hockey? We'll find out as the Bruins are live at TD Garden after the longest road trip of all time, taking on the Washington Capitals, who are going to be on their way to the Stanley Cup playoffs. Let's get into your starting lineups. For the Capitals, it's Pierre-Luc Dubois, Alex Ovechkin, and Tom Wilson. Alex Ovechkin 5 goals away from breaking Gretzky's record. Dylan Strome, Alexei Protas, and Ryan Leonard making his NHL debut. The Boston College star signing his entry-level deal with the Capitals yesterday. He's making his NHL debut tonight. Lars Eller, Andrew Mangiapane, and Anthony Beauvillier. Nick Dowd, Brennan Duheim, and Connor McMichael. On defense, Rasmus Sandin and John Carlson, Jacob Chychrun and Trevor Van Riemsdyk, Martin Fehervary and Dylan McGillivray, with Charlie Lindgren in net. For the Bruins, it's Pavel Zacha, Morgan Geekie, David Pastrnak, Elias Lindholm, Cole Koepke, Jacob Lauko, Casey Middlestat, Murat Hustadinov, and Vinny Lettieri. Johnny Beecher, Jeffrey Viel, and Patrick Brown. No Fabian Lysell tonight. Sidorov and Yoki Haru on defense. Lowry and Peak, Wotherspoon and Mitchell, with Swayman in net. Those are your starting lineups for both teams here tonight at TD Garden. A lot of news coming out recently. A lot of information coming out recently. I'll talk more on the announcement during the first intermission. But as you guys saw in the open, there was an announcement that was made yesterday that was a pretty big one, and I'm really happy to talk about it later on in the show tonight. Yeah, so we'll talk about that coming up later on. Another piece of information that I like to share is that you guys called me crazy. You guys called me insane for thinking that the Bruins would be getting a new jersey revamp. Well, guess what? What's this? CBC Sports did a video yesterday about the behind the scenes of Fanatics, and guess what they found? That looks to me like a different jersey than what we had for the Centennial game, does it not? To compare, okay, this is what the Centennial looked like. Where's the patch? Okay, where's the patch? Nowhere to be found. The yellow colors look a little different as well. It looks a little bit more yellow and not gold, okay? So, guess what? I was right. I called it back in October, in this very chair, on this very live stream, that I said the Bruins would most likely get a new revamp, a new look, a new jerseys, new overhaul. Did I not say that back in October on this very live stream? I did. Guess what? There you go. And everybody's confirming that that is a leak. So, this logo, bye-bye. Bye-bye. After this season. They're bringing back the old logo. They're bringing it back. So, I called it back on this live stream in October that they'd be getting a new jersey, and guess what they are? So, there's that. A lot of people gave me crap for it, so ha. I win. Honestly, like changing jerseys since Marshy's gone, it leaves that great era behind. I missed it already, but it's a good way to represent the new era. Yeah, exactly. And it's not really a new era. I mean, they're going back to what they used to, right? It's a Happy Gilmore jersey. What Adam Sandler wore in Happy Gilmore. It's the same jersey. It's that same concept. So, it's that same concept. So, there you go. Imagine Ovi scores 5 and Leonard scores. I would never live that down. I would never, ever live that down. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for joining me here today. Don't have any mods in chat yet. Oh, well, they were, but they're not going to be here tonight. Back to the old logo. What is wrong with that? Nothing's wrong with that. They're doing the national anthem. I call it, and I'm thrilled because they should have never. They should have kept the Centennial jerseys from last year. I'm sorry. They should have. Should switch the teams around on the scoreboard. What's up, Stassi? You know, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what these new jerseys look like. These are the home jerseys. The away jerseys are going to be the same concept, but white, and the stripes might be a little different. And then, from what I understand, there might be an alternate. So keep that in mind. There might be an alternate. Pasternak got released today. Oh, man. Darn. The Bruins actually had some news. They signed Dan Lushmelish to a 3-year entry-level deal. He was out of UMass. He'll be finishing with Providence on an ATO, which is a amateur tryout, by the way. So, just so you know. He'll be down there for the rest of the season. There we go. There is no commentary. Is this an April Fool's joke? Bruins will try to move this puck ahead out of the neutral zone. They do. Geeky gets it out. Here is Rasmus Sandin. Strome for Alexei Protas. Ryan Leonard's got the puck, the BC star. Puck comes in front. Pinballs around down there. Saved by Swayman. Wotherspoon. Geeky across ice. Nobody there. Peek over to Wotherspoon. Bruins have possession. Behind their own net. Peek ahead for Koepke. Trying to advance it ahead. Cannot. Bruins get it back in their own zone. Peek ahead. Through Koepke was deflected. No icing. Koepke out there with Lauko and Lindholm on the second line tonight. Lauko trying to get it into the middle. And McMichael trying to get it out. Lauko keeps it in for the moment. Chychrun will move it ahead. Here is Brandon Duheim. He dumps it in. Lohrei on it. Plays it around the net. Here is Koepke. Deflected pass through Duheim. Lindholm takes the puck, dumps in. No Fabian Lysell tonight. Jeffrey VL in for him. Van Riemsdyk. For Pierre-Luc Dubois. Dubois moves it ahead. Ovechkin for Wilson. Husnudinov takes it away, has Vinny Lettieri to his right. Lettieri shoots, wide on the net. Zadorov gets knocked into. The reason the audio is up is because the Nesson commentary is down for some reason. Wilson across for Fehervari. Drops it. Dubois. Knocked down by Yoki Haru. Vinny Lettieri has Middlestat and Husnudinov. Lettieri dumps in, Bruins will get a change. Husnudinov in on the forecheck. Wrapped up and taken down by Dylan McIlrath. The Bruins won the other meeting in this building. Here is Beecher battling with Fehervari. To the line, Peek. Shoots, save, rebound. Brown in front, couldn't get a piece of it. VL pops it up. Puck is thrown across, and the Mangiapane gets this puck out. Not down for me. No. I can watch the game. It's the commentary. I can't hear the commentary. Judd and Brick are not talking right now. Lars Eller dumps it in. Oh, he's offside. 2:39 in. You can hear it? Well, I can't. Alex Ovechkin, 4 goals away from tying Gretzky's record. 5 to break the record. He's trying to do it this season. Eller against Geeky. Face-off is won by the Capitals. Comes all the way back down. Nesson's audio budget must have went to Garrett Crochet's new contract. Oh my god, so I'm not alone. I can't hear the commentary, so I'm not going crazy. Okay. This puck comes all the way back down, and Swayman leaves it for Ian Mitchell. Mason Lohrei ahead for Pavel Zacha. David Pastrnak across the line. Pastrnak spins. Into Zacha. Pasternak got an assist on the Geeky goal against the Red Wings on Saturday in their 2-1 loss. Thrown in front for Geeky, broken up. Field of the game during a timeout. Well, everybody else is saying they can't hear it either, so I'm not reloading it. Mitchell. Lohrei dumps in. Bruins in the playoffs? Yeah, right. Koepke battling for it. Can't get to the puck. Blue Jackets lead 1-0. Hit Swayman's contract that took out the audio? That's funny. To the line, Chychrun. Shoots on net. And a save by Swayman. It's the Predators, not the Ducks. They're, what is the crime? But yes, Marchenko scored to make it 1-0 Columbus. Bruins are 8 points out of a playoff spot. Montreal and the Rangers tied with 77 points. Bruins are second worst in the Eastern Conference at 69. Sabres are at 68. Face-off is won by Elias Lindholm on his dominant side. Lacko flips it ahead for Koepke. Van Riemsdyk couldn't play it. Lacko trying to advance this in, can't. Bruins are offside as Elias Lindholm was across the line a little bit too hot. Four minutes into the first period. Still scoreless at TD Garden. Ryan Leonard making his NHL debut. There's Joe Sacco, named Bruins interim head coach on November 19th. 22, 26, and 6 ever since. He was named the interim head coach after they fired Jim Montgomery after their loss on home ice to Columbus. Turns out he was not the problem. Kustadinov. Peak shot wide of the net. Rebound in front. Broken up. Ryan Leonard ahead for Protas. Kustadinov takes it away. Here's Peak for Wotherspoon. Vinatieri takes the puck across the red line. Dumps it into the left of Lindgren. Chychrun plays it around the net for Tom Wilson on the far side. Dubois plays it into the zone. The Capitals are 28-6-3 when scoring first. The Bruins are 29-4. 20 wins, 9 losses, 4 overtime losses. Henry Jokiharju crosses the Capitals line. Gets crunched by Fehervari along the near side wall. Tom Wilson's got it. Cross-ice pass broken up by David Pastrnak. Zadorov will grab it from him on the drop feed. Just ahead of Pastrnak was deflected, no icing. Pasternak's on it. He keeps it to the outside, trying to center it for Zacha, can't. Mitchell in front for Geeky, can't play the pass in front, got deflected off his stick. Now, here come the Capitals, 2-on-1. Mangiapane across for Eller. Lohrei breaks it up. Good defensive positioning from Lohrei, who's his second year with the NHL roster. Geeky off the rush, shot saved by Lindgren. He will hang on. That shot was 88 miles an hour off the rip. 5:35 into the first period. They're showing a replay here. Mangiapane playing it across to Eller, was broken up by Lohrei. Lohrei, good job reading that pass, turning his back to the play to deflect that pass away. And it led to an odd man rush the other way and a quality chance for Morgan Geeky. So, great job by Lohrei, picking up on the little things as he develops and learns the defensive style of the game, as he was a forward for most of his career. Brown shot fanned on as Dowd got a stick lift on him. Here is Brendan Duheim. Lohrei tying him up. Puck played across for Dowd. Sandin for Dowd in front. Tipped by McMichael, and Swayman makes a great save on Connor McMichael in front. Swayman was not the problem in the loss against the Red Wings on Saturday. He has been one of the main issues this season. The goaltending has been one of the problems with this Bruins team, but there's been a lot of issues with the Bruins team. There's no one real problem that the Bruins have had with their current roster. Maybe the only problem you can say is that they had a bad roster construction. Two weeks from tonight is the final game of the regular season. It'll be taking on New Jersey. Zadorov flips this high and out. VL knocks in a McGillrath with a huge hit. Those are two heavyweights. Don't be surprised if VL drops the gloves tonight. It's a big boy. McMichael deflects it in the zone. Swayman over to Zadorov. Patrick Brown for Jeffrey VL. He'll flip it into the zone. I'm still not hearing Judd Surratt and Andy Brickley, so they haven't fixed the issue. VL takes it away. He keeps it in deep and puts it in as he goes for a change. Lindholm. There it is. All right, I'll turn it down. Here is Connor McMichael, tied up there by Cole Koepke. Nick Dowd working in front for Lauko in front, and Van Riemsdyk takes it away. I was wondering where it was. There's Judd and Brick. We haven't heard you the first 7.5 minutes of the game there, guys. Good job. Good job, Nesson audio producers. Peak plays it around the net. It was nice not hearing all that commentary, though. It was actually nice. It was actually nice not hearing it. Bruins keep it in. Koepke off of a Lindholm's deflection. It goes wide. Lindholm in front for Lauko. Couldn't play it. Wotherspoon fires one on. That goes wide of the net. Here is Jacob Chikrin signing a huge 8-year extension with the Capitals last week. Peak for Wotherspoon. Bruins will take the puck and dump it around the net. Carlson plays it over to Fehervari. Up ahead, it's going to be past everybody. This will try to be an icing. No, it will not. It's actually going to be a face-off instead. Congratulations to Henry Jokiharju. As tonight, this is his 400th National Hockey League game. So congratulations to him on that. Strome against Middlestad. Smart enough to trade the Capitals for Leonard. We could have got that done last year. The Bruins were... The Capitals were never giving up Leonard, just so you know. He is theirs. But speaking of young guys that might want out of their places, I have some news about that coming up later on in a bit. Here is Strome to the line. Carlson takes a shot. Tipped by Leonard. Save. Leonard's got the puck, trying to bank it in. He knows how to play in this building. Leonard gets it back off Lettieri. Shot from the line. Saves Swayman. He'll hang on. They go to commercial. Rumor birds are telling me... What's up, Parker? How's it going? That Connor Bedard might want a trade out of Chicago. You heard me right. Connor Bedard might want to trade out of Chicago because he is reportedly frustrated with the direction of the front office. Yeah. You know what day it is. I'm not kidding, chat. I'm not making that up. I'm not making an April Fool's Day joke. I'm legitimately saying that there's a rumor going around that the Blackhawks might look to trade Bedard because he's not happy there. I'm not April Fool's joking you. I'm not BSing you. I'm legitimately saying that. Geez, really? Yep. Nope. That's not an April Fool's Day joke. I'm not. And all I have to say is, Anyway. Face-off will be in the Bruins' end. Capitals win it. Carlson shot saved by Swayman. Henry Jokiharju for Nikita Zadorov. Pasternak touch pass to Zacha. Zacha. Morgan Geekie does 3 goals away from 30 in this season. Zadorov's drive misses wide on that one. Zadorov for Zacha. Geekie one-timer couldn't get a clean shot away. Got blocked on the way to the net there by Carlson. Hawks management thinks he's softened the puck. Defensively irresponsible. That comes with time. To be fair. Well, Jokiharju takes down Tom Wilson with a nice hit. I appreciate that. Chychrun puts it over the net. Dubois got it. Jokiharju takes it away and drops it for Zadorov. I appreciate Tom Wilson being put on his ass once in a while, so that's nice. Here is Zadorov. Ian Mitchell moves it ahead. Johnny Beecher shoots wide. Beauvillier. Puck is moved ahead now. Here's Mangiapane. Capitals are offside. As the Washington Capitals are going to be on their way to the Stanley Cup playoffs here. They're going to be probably having a first-round meeting with one of the wild card teams. They are the only team in the Eastern Conference that has clinched a spot in the playoffs. They're 47, 17, and 9 in 73 games, which is outrageous, by the way. Brown wins the draw. Mitchell for Lori dumped in. Shot 7-2 Capitals. Shot attempts 9-8 in favor of the Capitals. It's been kind of the story of all season. In front for Dubois, a pass from Beauvillier broken up. Or that was Lars Eller, excuse me. Not Dubois. Brown across the line. Plays it around the net. Jeffrey VL's got it. Getting called up on emergency basis from Providence yesterday. VL's shot blocked. Lars Eller ahead for Andrew Mangiapane. Across the Bruins line. Brown knocks him down with a big hit. Beauvillier in there as well. Former Penguin and Islander and Canuck. Faravari shot blocked in traffic. Capitals can't hold it in. Bruins get it out. What has been a fast-moving first period for sure. Not a lot of stoppages. Dylan Strome for Protas. Knocked into by Wotherspoon. Koepke off the boards. Capitals are offside again. They go to commercial. First, Lascelles and Lindholm 50% retained for, but they would not take that. What's Bedard making anyway? That'd be an overpay. Bedard's making 4. Hold on. I'm bad at math. 13.35 divided by 3. He's making about 4.5 a season. Would be an overpay. Sabres are beating Ottawa. Okay, we're cheering for Buffalo tonight. If you want a good draft pick, cheer for Buffalo. So if the season were to end today, ladies and gentlemen, the Bruins would have if the season were to end today, the Bruins would have the 6th pick. If the Sabres win and the Bruins lose, they will jump to 5th. Actually, 4th because Seattle's beaten the Bruins both games this season. So the Bruins would have the 4th best pick and the 4th best odds of the top pick, and they'd only have to beat Nashville, Chicago, and San Jose. If you get in the top 5 for draft picks, you're usually pretty good. You're usually in a good spot. So, if you're the Bruins, if you're a Bruins fan, cheer for Buffalo to win tonight. which is kind of like playing bow and arrow from 100 yards out in a bullseye. Anyway, that's not the point. Try and trade up to get Hagans. Misa over Hagans any day of the week. I don't care if he's a BC guy. I don't care. Misa is the better player all around. Hagans is great. Misa would be the guy. Misa would be the guy. Telling you. I've heard that from BNG guys who cover the prospects. Whoa, Sandin almost put that in his own net. Sandin plays it around. Lorai taken there by Dowd, knocks into his man. Middlestat in there, puck played around. Or 2 probably. Agree if we can try to for 2, yeah. Or get 2. If we can get a top 2 pick, it's Misa or Schaefer. We have our pick. Sandin in front back door is Dowd. He put it over the net. You want somebody who's NHL ready? Get in the top 5. Sandin puck played over Mitchell and wide. Middlestat and Lorai tied up with Dowd, and it looks like, is that McMichael? It is. Sandin played over Carlson. Fakes the shot. Sandin left point. Fakes a shot. Dowd. Sandin again. Fires one wide. Rebound bouncing out in front. Comes all the way back to Sandin at the point. Mitchell for Lorai. Bruins will try to break this out. Lorai. Sandin. And Lettieri collide as the Bruins get it in the zone. Schaefer's is going 1. Okay. In my opinion, whoever gets the first pick, they're going to pick what they need. So if they need a forward, they're going Misa. If they go defenseman, if they need a defenseman, they're going Schaefer. That's my thoughts on it. Because either way, you can't really go wrong. Possible Lorai and Geeky is defense. No. Good point. See? Yeah, it's Wotherspoon dumps it in. Here is Pasternak, plays it around the net. Yeah, so Pasternak spinning back against Chychrun, tied up along the wall. Wotherspoon shoots it, hits Van Riemsdyk, puck's bouncing around, and he'll play it around the net for Ryan Leonard. Swayman comes out of his net to play it along. Wotherspoon took a weird bounce. Trying to get it to Lauko. Geeky's still trapped out there with Lindholm and Lauko. Here is Fehervari. In front, tipped off Dubois wide. Really happy if we could get Hagans. Misa's the better player. Hagans is NHL ready, but Misa's the better player. And in the draft, you don't really get to pick and choose. It's you choose the best available that fits your needs. Misa would be the #1 center on this team. Unfortunately for Elias Lindholm and Zaka and Geeky and whoever the hell, we have a penalty. It's going to be on the Caps. Looks like to be a cross-check. It's going to be on McIlrath. Bruins had their first power play of the night. McIlrath to the box for cross-checking. Bruins power play. Oh, that means it would definitely be the smarter pick. Yep. Hagans would be fine too. Not an issue with Hagans, just Misa's the better player. Lindholm against Dowd. Bruins had their first power play of the night. Dowd wins the draw on his weak side against Elias Lindholm on his best side. Pasternak keeps it in, but then fell over, and the Capitals have a 2-on-1. Dowd with Duheim. Dowd scores! Sorry. 1-0 Capitals. Kuznetsov to Mitchell. Lettieri's drive save by Lindgren. Oh, if you're blaming Pasternak on that, I'm sorry. Lindholm lost the draw. The Caps tried to dump it in. Pasternak did everything he could to keep that puck in the zone. Couldn't. And then he fell because he tripped on the puck. I mean, yeah, you can blame him on that for it, but, like, man. How about blame Lindholm for not winning a faceoff when he should have on his dominant side? Zacha against Dowd. Zacha wins the draw. Yoki Haru for Mitchell. Yoki Haru in for Lettieri. Kuznetsov. Lettieri. Yoki Haru for Mitchell, center point. Zacha one-timer saved by Lindgren. Capitals will move this ahead. Duheim gets free from Kuznetsov. 1-on-4, which means he has the advantage. And the Capitals dump it in the zone. They'll go for a change. First unit coming back out. Capitals lead 1-0 on a shorthanded goal for Nick Dowd. Here is Pasternak. Gets it across the line, and he got stick lifted, and it's cleared all the way back down. Lohrei dropping back for Pasternak. Middlestat dumps it in around the net. The Bruins took a penalty. It's on Pasternak. I'm sorry, if you're blaming Pasternak for every little thing, you have issues at this point. He's literally been the only reason this team was competitive until where it is. Wasn't even much of a penalty. Four on four for 31 seconds. The Bruins are not going to make the playoffs. Stop asking. They will not be out. They will not be in the playoffs. 4 on 4. Geeky, Kuznetsov, Zadorov, and Yoki Haru. Puck deflects and out. Capitals will be in the playoffs, yes. Capitals power play now. Here's Strome. They're waiting for that 4-on-4 to be over so Ovechkin could get on the ice. Wilson for Strome. Dubois. Carlson. Carlson in front. Tip. Ovechkin scores. 8:91. 8:91. It's 2-0 Caps. Power play goal for Ovechkin. That's 8:91. Turn it off. No thanks. I'm going to call the game because that's my job. VL, Beecher, Brown for the Bruins right now. Ovechkin's got 8:91. VL in front broken up there by Duheim. The Capitals have as much goals as the Bruins have had shots since the first 5 minutes of the game. Wotherspoon for Beecher. Puck comes to VL. He'll dump in. He takes a huge hit from Ryan Leonard. That is not his game. That is not Leonard's game. Here comes Mangiapane. Walks in, shot, score. No, it went over the net. Surprised with Swayman it didn't go in the net. Mitchell. Plays it around for Lowry. Really anyone at the game? Sold out. There weren't any tickets available as of 20 minutes ago. I was looking. Just out of curiosity. Husnadinov. Lettieri. Closed off by Fehervari. The Bruins still have the 5th best attendance in the National Hockey League. All season long, consistently, they've been up there. So the fans haven't given up. The fans haven't stopped going. That's for sure. Looks pretty filled in. Kepke plays it around for Yoki Haru. Lindholm shot wide. If you didn't expect this, then I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. The only reason I'm streaming this game is because I cover this team professionally on a media. I'm credentialed NHL media, so I kind of have to. Lindholm. Lindholm takes it away, trying to find Kepke. Gets broken up on a simple pass. Kind of what I expected here in this game. Sandin plays it around. Van Riemsdyk plays it around. Here is Zacha. Zadorov plays it around. Van Riemsdyk gets it right back. Drops it for McMichael. Van Riemsdyk in front for Chychrun, broken up. Now here is Geekie for Pasternak. He'll cut to the inside. Gets around Chychrun. Crosses the line. Trying to find Geekie. The pass got deflected. And Peak will gather it back in the neutral zone, dumping it around the net. Zacha tied up there by Van Riemsdyk. Peak. Shot knocked down. Rebound in front. Pasternak can't play it. Peak for Pasternak. Trying to play it to Geekie, and Protas took it right off his stick. NHL credentials for AHL wins. Well, you know what, Kenny? Yeah. McIlrath shoots, and it's blocked by Lettieri and goes up into the 30th row. 46 seconds to go. Why are we going to break? Why are we going to commercial break? You have 47 seconds to go in the first period. Why are we taking a TV timeout? We are in the final minute of the first period. Why are we going to TV timeout? Makes no sense to me why we're doing that. Considering doing Red Sox games, I will this summer. Yes, one Red Sox game a week this summer. I already watched one incompetent Boston sports team. I don't want to watch a second one. I'm looking at you, Rafi. Anyway, bro can't hit the baseball. It's ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous at this point. I don't know. I don't care what anybody says. It's getting freaking ridiculous. Favorite sport to call? Hockey for sure. Although baseball's fun. Baseball's fun. Okay, that's the time where you just get to like, it's like calling baseball. I did it Friday. Calling baseball is like, I want it to seem like I'm sitting next to you at a bar and we're drinking a beer. That's the environment that I like to bring calling baseball. Right? I want you to become my friend. I want you to imagine we're sitting at a bar, crack open a beer, and just hanging out and watching baseball. That's the vibe I bring to calling baseball, right? Hockey, I'm more into it, right? Ovechkin's out there. Oh, God, here we go. Beecher trying to play it around. He can't. Kept in. They're called lacrosse. I'm calling. Yes, I'm one of the voices of women's lacrosse here at Dean. Shot saved by Swayman. One of my friends who was on the women's lacrosse team is at this game tonight. She said she hopes she sees Ovechkin score in person, and guess what, Natalie, you got your wish. Anyways. Yeah, but I'm one of the voices of women's lacrosse here at Dean. So, Natalie, Natalie, the one I was just talking about, she is a Capitals fan. And she's from around here. So she got to see Ovechkin score his 891st. So congrats, Natalie, you got your wish. We were texting about it this morning. That's the end of the first period. 2-0 Caps through 1. The end of the first period, 2-0 Caps. Hey, Mom. 4 shots is beyond pathetic, especially when you want to set LaSalle. That's not... The shot... LaSalle was not the issue with shots on goal. It wouldn't have changed anything. The Bruins were still getting 4 or 5 shots on goal with LaSalle in the lineup. That's why. So, 2-0 Caps here at the end of 1. How about you, Sam? I don't care about anything to do with this game at the moment. So, let's take a look. So I made this announcement yesterday, and for those who didn't see it or haven't seen it in the chat, and didn't see the open, some really big news dropped yesterday, and I want to share it with you, because you guys have helped me get to this point, and now this is a really big opportunity for me. First off, I want to preface this by saying that my school has a partnership with the Providence Bruins. Now, the Providence Bruins, of course, as you know, are the AHL affiliate of the Boston Bruins. And if you guys listen in to the games, the voices of the Providence Bruins are Austin Rook and Brett Shavs. Brett Shavs is a friend of mine. Brett Shavs is a Dean graduate. He's the current sports information director for Dean College, but he's also a really good friend of mine. Austin is the consistent voice of the Providence Bruins, and he is also my professor's son. My professor here at Dean of Sports Broadcasting is John Rook. John Rook is the longtime public address announcer for the New England Patriots at Gillette Stadium. and he is also the voice of Providence Friars men's basketball. Okay? He helped me get this opportunity. Every year, on the last home game of the season, John and Austin offer up opportunities to a dean student in the sports broadcasting major to go call a game with Austin Rook. Well, you can catch me in Austin calling the game on April 19th as the Providence Bruins finish up the regular season campaign against the Bridgeport Islanders. I'll be the analyst along with Austin Rook. April 19th, it's a 7:05 start. It'll be available to watch live on Flow. And it'll also be available to listen live on Providence Bruins Radio, which is, I believe... it is on 103.7 WVEI, which is also available. You can listen live online. So, I will be the color analyst for the Providence Bruins game that evening, against the Bridgeport Islanders. So it'll be available to watch on Flow. It'll be available to watch over on 103.7 WVEI in Providence. It is the radio station, the official radio station of the Providence Bruins. Well, they carry the Providence Bruins anyway. So I'll be calling the game with Austin on that night. I am friends with the last two people who have gotten this opportunity, Brett and then Quinn Alexander. I am also friends with him. So, definitely tune in. And Brett and Quinn both call games for Providence now. Quinn's filled in a couple of times, and Brett's filled in. Brett is the Friday night voice of the Providence Bruins. So, I will be joining that team. So, I am officially one of the voices of the Providence Bruins, which is pretty cool. At 20 years old, pretty cool. I'm going to be calling AHL hockey coming up on April 19th. So definitely, if you have not yet, go get Flow. Flow is a paid subscription service, but you get so much hockey on Flow. You get AHL, you get ECHL, you get junior leagues, NCAA, you get not even just hockey, there's other sports on there as well. So this is an extremely huge opportunity. I want to thank John. I want to thank Austin. I want to thank everybody who helped make this possible. And I'm very excited to get this going on April 19th. So it's in 2 weeks from Saturday. 7:05 start over on Flow. So we'll be streaming that one live. So I'm very excited about it. It's odd to see you in a suit, really? I mean, because I've never worn one on stream before, right? Yeah, well, there's that. So just wanted to share that with you guys. It'll be available to watch live on Flow. What kind of prep do you have to do? Crazy amounts of prep. I'm going to find out. I'm going to do a straight prep of everybody listed on the Bridgeport roster, and it's kind of changing now because guys are signing ELCs, entry-level contracts, and they're able to sometimes start with Providence. Like today, literally today, Dan Zlochmelish just signed the an entry-level contract. He's going to be having he's going to be playing with Providence the rest of the season on an amateur tryout. So, need help with prep? Let me know. I'll be reaching out to you. Are you the new announcer of the Providence Bruins? One of the. I am joining the team with Austin, Brett, and Quinn. I am joining the team. So I'm very excited. I'm happy to call all of them acquaintances or friends of mine for sure. Brett and Quinn are very good friends of mine. Austin I don't really know too well, but I'll be getting in touch with him soon. So yeah, very excited about it. Very, very, very excited about this opportunity. Which leads me to my next point about the Providence Bruins. So, I've kind of teased it a little bit. I've mentioned it on the podcast over the past week. Kenny already knows this. Some of you guys were here when I kind of brought it up, but I haven't really, like, officially said it. Officially. But as you know, the Boston Bruins are most likely not going to make the Stanley Cup playoffs. There's like a 99.3% chance or some shit that the Bruins are not going to make the playoffs. So, here is what we're going to do. There is a team in the Boston Bruins organization that is going to the playoffs. That is the Providence Bruins. The Providence Bruins are going to be in the Calder Cup playoffs. And, well, guess what? Guess what, guys? It's happening. You guys have asked for this for so long. It is finally happening. Starting with game 1 of the Calder Cup playoffs, there will be live coverage of the Providence Bruins Calder Cup playoff run right here on YouTube. Yes, you heard that correctly. Providence Bruins playoff coverage right here on YouTube. We are going to be on the road for the Calder Cup. Providence clinched a playoff spot with their win against Hartford the other night. They are going to be in the Calder Cup playoffs this year. There will be coverage of those games right here on YouTube. So for those who don't have Flow or don't have a way to watch the Providence Bruins games, don't worry. I will be covering the Providence Bruins playoffs run right here on YouTube up until they're eliminated or up until they win the Calder Cup. We'll be calling the games I'll be calling the games just like I do here for Boston. Same exact idea, except I'm not calling the Boston Bruins, I'm calling the Providence Bruins. And it's gonna be fun. And I'm very excited for it. I am working on a new scoreboard. I am working on a new everything presentation for the Providence Bruins coming up here. So I'm very, very thrilled about this idea and this situation. I'm very excited. For sure. I hope you guys are ready for it. I hope you guys are excited as excited as I am. I really hope you guys are. Take this off the screen. You want to see some of the stuff I've been working on? Look at this. Hold on a minute. Let me make this so that it fits the screen. Yeah. Look at this, chat. So, I fixed it so it wasn't all gold like you saw the last time. So this is what the Providence Bruins scoreboard's going to look like. This is, for example, Hartford and Providence, right? Take a look at this. Ha! I win. I have the best score bug on YouTube. Uno overlays, ladies and gentlemen. Uno overlays. Yes. Yes. Goal animations. And they happen for both teams. Yes. So no big full screen animations. You're just going to have the little thing on the bottom. And I think it's going to work. And I'm really hoping you guys are excited for it. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited for it as I am. And, yeah, this is going to be fun, man. I'm excited, dude. Man, Providence Bruins, man. And then, of course, the Red Sox. Yes. The Red Sox. There is going to be coverage of the Boston Red Sox here on YouTube. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be right back in 45 seconds. Don't go anywhere. I'm gonna go run to the restroom before the second period. We are back just in time for the start of the second period. Capitals lead 2-0. Ugh, man. I'm excited for this, but I'm excited for Providence Bruins. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the Red Sox. I'm calling the Red Sox this summer, too. I'm actually very excited about it. Speaking of the Red Sox, guess what Grant got me today? Okay. A commemorative Red Sox, but like Flyers Bruins 2010 Winter Classic baseball. Look at the little details on it, bro. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Flyers. Bruins. Look at that, chat. All right, here we go. NXT results, Sam? Sure. Okay. Capitals in the road rights going from left to right. Bruins in the home blacks going from right to left. Make sure if you have not yet, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 2000. We've been kind of stale at we've been kind of stuck at 1980. Hit the subscribe button. Second period underway. And also, make sure to share the channel. Send a link to the channel to all your friends and family who love the Bruins. Come hang out. Tell them to come hang out. It's a fun time. Pasternak rips it off the rush, and it's offside anyway. Steph Tubel, Vacaria.
McDonald's.
Brown wins the draw. Puck comes to Mitchell. He enters the zone and backhands it in deep. Sandin against VL. Carlson for Dowd as McMichael 3-on-2. Puck goes just off Lorai's stick and wide. Dowd for Duheim. John Carlson shot tipped in front, save, rebound, VL gets it away. Bruins next game coming up Thursday against the Montreal Canadiens at the Bell Center. Jokiharju's drive off the, or sorry, that's Lindholm's shot save. Zadorov's shot saved by Lindgren. Dubois against Lindholm, faced off in the offensive zone. They have some player from the Fleet, Jessie I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that name, but she's on the Boston Fleet, and they're talking about the rules of PWHL compared to NHL and how it's a little bit different. Lindholm ahead for Koepke. Backhands it in the zone. Talk about the jailbreak rule. Koepke plays it past Zadorov all the way back down. Stephanie vacated the women's North American title. Wow. Watherspoon for Middlestat. Gets it in the zone. Puck comes to Husnudinov. Middlestat ties it up behind the net. In front for Lettieri. Saved by Lindgren. Husnudinov trying to hop on the rebound. Just could not. What's up, Kano? How are you? Zaka will take the draw against Dowd. Face off one by the Bruins. Lorai. Shot over the net wide. Mitchell trying to chop out to keep it in. Can't. Good, how about you? I'm doing all right. Dowd. Lorai intercepts the pass. Pasternak ices the puck. Zaka against Nick Dowd. Zaka wins it. Lohrei off the boards. Puck bounces out of the zone. Pasternak keeps it in. Bruins have the puck in the offensive zone. Pasternak tied up, trying to work it in front for Geekie. Can't. Dowd takes it away. Lohrei keeps it in just inside the line. Pasternak for Zaka in front. Broken up there by Duheim. Fehervari will advance the puck. So sad to watch the Bruins hoping for next season. Yeah. Yep. Lohrei for Zaka. Cuts to the outside. Geekie across. Pasternak blocked by Carlson. What a chance for Pasternak. Wotherspoon tied up there by Ryan Leonard. Lettieri. Husnudinov off the rush. Puts it wide. Middlestat. Lettieri shot saved by Lindgren. Protas for Stroman. He dumps it in. Husnudinov for Wotherspoon. Bruins will try to regather in their own zone. Plays it around the net. Chychrun for Dubois. Trevor Van Riemsdyk plays it around Ovechkin, who got his 891st career goal tonight. Koepke for Elias Lindholm. Offside as Lauko jumped the gun. Why can't the Bruins winning a game where they're tanking for a better pick? They're tanking for a better pick, guys. I hate to be the bearer. They're tanking for a better pick. They want a good draft pick because they know the season's a wash, so. Jokiharju jumps in. Puck comes all the way to Zadorov on the left point. Beauvillier tied it up. Beecher for Jeffrey VL. Trying to come in front, and Mangiapane broke it up. Here is Brown. Poke checked. Jokiharju trying to find VL. Cannot. Mangiapane shot wide. Eller for Zadorov. Yeah, the Bruins are done. That's okay. Zadorov off glass, moves it ahead for VL. Carlson gets it back for the Capitals over to Sandin. Some chaos in chat. There's some chaos. People are just getting a little pushy tonight. Just a little bit. Maybe it's because Ovechkin scored or what's going on, but I don't know. Middlestat for Lohrei. A little spammy. A little, you know. Middlestat in front. Here's a chance for Lettieri. He scores! Vinny Lettieri. That puck came in front of the nets. And the Bruins are within one. It's Lettieri. Hey, good job by Husnudinov leaving it for Lettieri in front of the net. Good job by Husnudinov leaving it for Lettieri. Bruins are within a goal. Vinny Lettieri scoring on a nice play from the third line. And it's 2-1. And the Bruins' fourth shot of the period. He'll be playing in the Calder Cup playoffs. trying to help the Providence Bruins win a Calder Cup for the first time since 1999. What is the crime? Spamming? Nope. We want him to. That's the one exception to the spam rule because he gives us information that's valuable. Strome 2-on-1. Ryan Leonard gets the feed broken up by Wotherspoon. That could have been something crazy. Off Pasternak in the zone. Here is Sandin. Moves it ahead. Leonard. Pasternak with the skill gap. Takes it away. And the Capitals will regain possession back in their own zone. He's correcting me on my spelling of the word second. It says 2MD. Jokiharju plays it around. McIlrath plays it around. Lindholm trying to play it in front for Koepke, got broken up. Koepke trying to play it back to the line. Ovechkin takes it away from him. McIlrath. Locko tied up. Here is Dubois. Koepke going to tie him up along the wall. Capitals get this out. Ovechkin trying to cherry pick for the puck. Jokiharju not going to let him. Lindholm for Locko. Gets around Wilson. Locko walks in off the rush. Shot wide. Middlestat gets the feed and the slot shot wide on a chance for Middlestat. Middlestat takes it away. Trying to cut to the inside. Van Riemsdyk takes it away. Ovechkin is still 4 goals away from the record. Capitals ice the puck. Jets Kings tonight? Ooh. That is the game of the day right there. Van Riemsdyk as the Bruins lose the draw of the offensive zone. That third line back out there. Middlestat, Husnudinov, and Lettieri. Here comes Fehervari. Onside. Ovechkin tied up there by Lettieri. He advances it to center. Husnudinov can't play it. Dubois pressured. The Bruins almost had a 3-on-1. Lettieri flips in from the neutral zone in deep. Lettieri getting his 3rd goal of the season. Moved ahead, Beauvillier just off his stick. Beecher gets it back. Discuss the Jersey League during intermission. I did. I talked about it during the Open. And remember, chat, okay, once again, who reported the Bruins were probably going to get a new look in October? Me. I said that back in October, that they were going to get a new look. And what do you know? There's a new jersey that got leaked by CBC. Capitals take a penalty here. Well, the first time. First time they took a penalty didn't work out too well for the Bruins. It's going to be on Protus. Damn right, Sammy Scoops. I said that back in October, that from what I heard, the Bruins were most likely to get a new look for next season. Because once again, I introduce this. Now you might be saying, well, hey, that kind of looks like the Centennial. Excuse me, the Centennial jerseys that they wore earlier in the season. Well, guess what? I have even further proof that this is a little different than what they were wearing on December 1st. Okay? I have even more proof. You ready for it, chat? Okay, here we go. If that's the case, then what's this? Take a look what's in the background on this photo. I'm going to zoom in on it so you can see it. Okay. What's this? What's that little patch in the back? That does not look like something that was on the Bruins jerseys earlier on. So you know what that looks like? That looks like that's a new jersey. That's a new shoulder patch. Mm-hmm. So the Bruins will be on the power play for the second time tonight. First time led to a shorthanded goal for the Caps, so. Bruins win the draw this time. Good job, Elias. Lohrei for Middlestat. Geeky in the slot. Plays it, trying to play it over to Pasternak. He can't get it to him cleanly. Lohrei. Lindholm in the corner. Duheim for Dowd. Capitals clear all the way down. Swayman will leave it for Lohrei. So yeah, there's that. Lohrei drops for Pasternak. Bruins have had the first 4 shots of the second period, and they have a goal. Geeky keeps it out top. Pasternak fakes the shot. In front for Geeky, trying to get his 28th goal of the season, could not. Played over to Lohrei on the far side boards. Middlestat trying to deflect it to Geeky. Puck's taking some weird bounces. Carlson clears. Lohrei's got it back in his own end. For Middlestat. He'll enter the zone. Drops for Pasternak. Waits. Lindholm. Spinning back against Sandin. He's wrapped up along the wall. Geeky and Van Riemsdyk in there as well for their respective teams. Puck played to Middlestat. Lohrei out top. Middlestat far side. Pasternak trying to play the pass like a weird bounce in front. Now Lindholm's got it. Back over to Pasternak. And he can't play the puck. Nick Dowd tripped. Pasternak took a penalty. He had no choice. Pasternak taking both of the Bruins penalties tonight. Interference on Pasternak, his second penalty tonight. Zaka Lettieri with Jokiharju and Wotherspoon. Chychrun tied up there by Lettieri, who has the Bruins goal. Bruins will maintain possession here. Here is Jokiharju with Zaka. Jokiharju gets the drop feed. Lettieri shot off the rush as it goes over the net. It got blocked. Wow. That one goes out of play. I like that rush from Lettieri. Just missed wide. If Lettieri put that on net, that might be in the net low-key. Capitals on the power play for the second time. First time around was an Ovechkin power play goal, which was his 891st of his career. 38th of the season. Zadorov closes off Wilson. Now here's Ovechkin, tied up there by Beecher. Puck comes to Dubois. Back to Ovechkin, keeps it off his skate. Strome, Carlson, Ovechkin, one-timer, Swayman stones him. Great save by Swayman on Ovechkin, and Peak will clear. That goes up and out of play. Strome tied up there by Zaka. Dubois for Wilson. Dubois in front off Peak, and Pavel Zaka will clear it down to Lindgren. Here is Strome. 30 seconds to go in the power play. Dylan Strome dumps in. I wanted him to be a Bruin a couple years ago. Puck goes past Carlson and out off a bad bounce. Here is Dylan Strome. Final 10 seconds of the Capitals power play. Strome tries to enter the zone. Puck is popped up. Back to even strength. The Bruins get Pastrnak back out of the box. Chychrun. Pastrnak the stick lift. He'll try to get it away. He does. He has Patrick Brown a 2-on-1. Lauko the trailer. In front, Lauko couldn't put it home. He couldn't finish. Pastrnak, Yoki Haru keeps it inside the line. Chychrun in the splits. Gets this puck out of the zone. Here is Brown. Puts it in deep. Pastrnak tied up. Now Dowd takes it away and flips it high and out of the zone. Middlestat with some speed across the Caps line. Middlestat looking to drop for Husnudinov. Mitchell shoots. Block. Puck comes out. Uh-oh. Here comes Duheim. Duheim throws Mitchell into the wall. It was nowhere near the puck. Eller backhand saved by Swayman. Middlestat off Letarian in this line. Got the Bruins their first goal of the night. Remains to be seen if it'll be their only one. Here is Ryan Leonard, kept in by Peak. Shot wide. Middlestat in front. Husnudinov is robbed by Lindgren. What a save by Lindgren on Marat Husnudinov. Almost tied the game at 2. Is there any truth about Tortorella coming to Boston? No, I don't believe it. I don't think so.
Looking for the deflection.
If you're cheering for a tank, the Buffalo Sabres now have a 3-0 lead on the Ottawa Senators. If you're cheering for a tank, that's a good thing. Nashville and Columbus are having a frickin' banger, by the way. 5-3 Jackets in the second period. Hashtag embrace the tank. Hashtag miserable for Misa. The Bruins have actually played pretty good in the second period. They're out shooting the Caps 5-1. They got a goal, too, so. Damn Sabres. No, Will, that's a good thing. We need the Sabres to win. Eller against Middlestat. Middlestat wins the draw. Lorai's shot misses high and over the net. Zarya won. Oh, okay. So Zarya is going to be in the ladder match then? Is that what that means? Okay. What's the plan with Roxanne at the at Stand and Deliver? That's my question. What's the plan for that? Lorai, Lettieri, shot save, Lindgren again. Lindgren having to make a cover up after he dropped the rebound on a chance from Lettieri. Wouldn't hiring Torch be effectively the same as keeping Cassidy? Yes. They need. I was saying this. If Providence goes on a deep run, Ryan Mougenel should be the next head coach of the Boston Bruins. I was saying that on the podcast. Or try and get David Carl. Face-off won by the Caps. McMichael deflects it in. Oh, no. Turnover by Swayman. Dowd. Where's the puck? He has it. Oh, my goodness. Swayman left the puck for Nick Dowd. He made a good save to recover, though. You pay big for Carl. You want to turn around the organization? Sometimes you have to pay the big bucks. Duhaime a shot. Swayman with a great stop. Hold on. Damn. Just heard something funny. Anyway. Beecher against Strome. Strome wins it. Chychrun shoots wide of the net. We got a fight here behind the play. Viel and McIlrath. Did I not call those two are going to have a fight tonight earlier in this game? Here we go. These are two big dudes. This is a heavyweight tilt. McIlrath 6'5", 240. Viel 6'2", 205, but Viel's a scrappy individual. Here we go. Viel and McIlrath. Viel trying to go for a takedown. He's got McIlrath rocked. He'll call a huge right hand. Viel still trying to gain the advantage. McIlrath. Viel connects with another right. They're up now against the Capitals bench. McIlrath rocking Viel. Viel responds to the right hand of his own. Viel and McIlrath in a good old-fashioned fight. In a scrap. Rock'em sock'em robots right in front of the bench. In front of the penalty benches here. Viel trying to get something here against McIlrath. The reach is too much. How about that? Jeffrey Viel with one of the longest fights of the season against Dylan McIlrath. Ding, ding, ding. Five minutes each for fighting. Thanks, Wes McCauley. Yeah, that's Viel for you. This is not Viel's first fight in the league with the Bruins this season. He's mainly spent a lot of his time in Providence. This is his third or fourth time up with the big club, and he has made an impact every single time. When it comes to the physicality in this game, they'll most likely be done for the rest of the second period. Dylan McIlrath, multi-time Calder Cup champion with the Hershey Bears. Jeffrey Viel, former member of the Manitoba Moose and the San Jose Barracuda in the American League. And there you go. Here is Patrick Brown out there with Beecher and Lettieri to replace VL on the line. Peak plays, trying to play it in deep, taken back. Strome. Capitals enter the zone, drops it for Leonard. Broken up by Koepke. Now here comes Beecher. Trying to go on a breakaway here. Beecher trying to split the defense. Beecher in, save, rebound. Koepke in front. Puts it wide on the rebound. Penalty on the Capitals coming up. Delayed penalty here on the Caps. Zadorov across. Koepke one-timer. And it goes out of play. But the Bruins are going to the power play again. Will they take a penalty on this one? Place your bets on DraftKings Sportsbook. The answer is most likely yes. It's going to be on Chychrun for holding. Bruins go to the power play for the third time. They're 0 for 2. Both power plays have been cut short due to penalties taken by Pastrnak. Ovechkin did score in this game, yes. He scored the second Caps goal. Oh my god. Bruins of the power play for the third time. Sorry if I scared you guys. I just saw a funny video. Great job by Beecher, drawing a penalty from Chychrun, still getting a quality chance away too. Zacha against Dowd. Zacha, Lettieri, Husnudinov with Jokiharju and Mitchell. Second unit starting, the Capitals cleared the zone. Music was nice though, was it? No? Thank you, Breaking Benjamin. Zacha. Jokiharju plays it around the net. Took a weird bounce. Fehervari tried to clear. Got caught up in Lettieri's skates. Mitchell, one-timer, caught some of the post. Lettieri plays it around. Jokiharju's got it on the near side wall. He's tied up. And Carlson clears. Buffalo will pass Boston tonight in standings. I don't think that's sad. I think that's a good thing for the Bruins' draft pick chances. Zacha plays it around the net. Husnudinov keeps it in. Sandin takes it away. Capitals will try to advance this puck. And they'll clear it down. Wilson in front. Save Swayman. Great save. Protas had a great quality chance. Here they come again. Another 2-on-1. Here's Wilson. Backdoor. Save Swayman again. The Bruins are coughing up the puck like they were in a damn clinic. Here is Pastrnak. Dumps in the zone cross corner. Puck comes to the line. Middlestat tries to keep it in. He does. Gets it to Geekie. Geekie. Lohrei shot over the net. Geekie for Lohrei. Middlestat, Pastrnak in the bumper. Geekie, one-timer tipped in by Pastrnak. We're tied at 2. We are tied at 2. The Bruins have tied it on the power play. It's Pasternak, 2-2. He goes from ending both power plays due to penalties to ending both ending this power play with a goal. It is 2-2. At least I believe Pasternak tipped that in. He did. Bruins tie the game at 2 after a really good second period. They've gotten 2 from Lettieri and Pasternak to tie the game. Koepke has some space here. Koepke, Lauko in front, broken up by Dubois. Lauko gets it free from him. Zadorov out top, takes a shot blocked. McGillrath takes it away. Oh, Lindholm fell, taken down, no call. Here is McMichael in the slot, can't play it. Dubois backhands, Zadorov clears it away. Here come the Bruins. Zadorov has a man to beat. He gets around Chychrun, looking to center for Lindholm, couldn't get a pass away cleanly. Zadorov knocks into Dubois. Puck comes in front, McMichael gets it to Ovechkin. Chychrun. The Capitals have 26 shot attempts, the Bruins have 38 in this game. They have been by far the better team in the second period. Lettieri for Peak, enters the zone on side. Peak gets it in deep. Van Riemsdyk, Lettieri tying him up. Lettieri gets it back. In front, Middlestat couldn't get a shot away. Peak for Husnudinov. Spinning off of Van Riemsdyk. Peak shoots, save Lindgren, the puck's free, and they stop play. They stopped play way too early. He never had full possession, and now the Bruins are going to have a legitimate gripe here. Lettieri is screaming at the officials. That puck was definitely free. He has a legitimate gripe with the officials. That puck was never fully smothered there. Yeah, no, he never had it. But the referee that was behind the net on the other side didn't see the puck, so he stopped play. Geeky and Lori get the assists on the Pasternak goal. They tie up off the draw. Caps win it. It's Eller against Zacha. Here is Fehervari. Minute 10 to go in the period. This puck's going to come back down. Oh, no icing as Swayman touched it. Final minute here of the second period. Wilson enters the zone, drops it for Eller. Mangiapane misses high and over the net. Beecher wins the draw back to Swayman. He'll have to hang on. Want to do questions during this intermission? If we keep it in my lifetime for questions, sure. Ovechkin trying to play it to Dubois in front, can't. Protas in front for Ovechkin. That could have been 892 if he got a shot away. Panthers lead Montreal 2-1. That actually helps the Rangers out. Here is Protas trying to find Carlson. Back to Protas. Onside. Drops it. Puck comes to Zadorov. 10 seconds to go in the period. This puck's going to come out. And this will do it for the second period. The Bruins, with a fantastic second period, have tied the game at 2. Wow. I am impressed. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm impressed. Not gonna lie to you, I am impressed at what I'm seeing. They're slamming shit next door. Kawasaka again. Yeah. That was quick. I remember calling these games, man. There's little tidbits like that you don't forget, you know? Oh, I'm sorry. That game's in the second period now. And Tampa leads the Islanders 2-1. Only 3 Bruins whose last names start with L have scored more than 100 goals. Name them. One of them is in your lifetime, Sam. Oh, boy. L. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, wait. Lucic. Vinny Lettieri has 5 shots tonight. Hell yeah, Vinny. Let's go, buddy. Another one played in the 80s. Oh. Is it Brad Marchand type? Kind of a dirty player. Not Lowry. Lowry does not have 100 goals in his career. He might have 100 by the end of his career, but man, he was an aggravator. His nickname was the Rat. First name is Ken. Oh my God! What the hell is his name? Ken Lintzman. That's his name. Ken Lintzman. Yes. His first name helped me out. I was like, who? Oh, yeah, Lintzman. Alper is Leo Labine. Oh, I know him. Yeah. Ooh, this needs to charge. If I have a Leach. Oh, well, Brian Leach. Charge this for a little bit. Oh my God, I just felt that up and down my back. Oof. Ow, that felt bad. That felt like it hurt, and it did. Yeah, it felt like it hurt. That's a Samism right there. That is a Samism, if I've ever heard one. Question number 3. I'll read that in 2 seconds. Shit. Only 3 players whose last names start with O. Start with O. Oh. Bobby Orr, Terry O'Reilly, Willie O'Ree? No, gonna be Willie O'Ree, but Orr and O'Reilly, yes. Has to be 2 of them. Adam Oates? Adam Oates is correct. There we go. I was like, gotta be somebody obvious, and it was Adam Oates. So, Calgary and Utah about to get started out in Utah. Edmonton and Vegas at 10. San Jose, Anaheim at 10 as well, and then Jets and Kings at 10:30. That's what we'll be spending the late part of my night watching. Florida and Montreal. Florida leads Montreal 2-1 at the end of 2 going into the third. Buffalo leads Ottawa 3-1 going into the third. Need Buffalo to win that. Columbus leads Nashville 7-3 going to the third. Tampa leads the Islanders 3-1 in the second. Red Wings and Blues scoreless going into the second period. Elias Lindholm has not scored 100 goals with the Bruins in his career. Only with the Bruins. Famous Bruins trivia question from the past. Who is the only Bruin whose last name starts with U to have scored a goal? Oh, man. Allmark? Allmark scored a goal! Third period about to come up. Here we go. Here we go. Let's play hockey in a game that I did not think would be as good as it is, but it is. This game has been, well, cinema, as Grant Flood would say. Cinema. Man. Oh yeah, here we go. Chat, let's see. How does this third period play out? Let me know in the chat what do you think's going to happen here in the third period. Bruins going from left to right. Capitals going from right to left. Here we go. Bruins win the draw. They have it back on their own end. Wotherspoon for Peak, and the Bruins will advance this puck ahead. And we got to stop as the Bruins ice the puck. Seven games to go after tonight. Bruins win the draw. Wotherspoon plays it around for Zacha. Kept in at the line. Geekie forces it out. Pasternak's cherry picking. Enters. Trying to find Geekie in front. Couldn't get a shot away. Trying to center it in front for Pasternak was Geekie, and Protas took it away. The Bruins top line connecting here. Pasternak! Shot hit the post. Rebound in front goes wide. I think it caught the crossbar. Here come the Caps. Leonard couldn't play the puck. That could have been a chance at his first goal. Peak for Wotherspoon. Wotherspoon dumps in. Puck comes to Van Riemsdyk. Brandon Duheim. Good chance for the top line early on in the third. Duheim plays it over to Nick Dowd. Saved by Swayman. Minute 1 into the third. Bruins are down. Bruins on the Caps side at 2. Bruins have outshot the Capitals since the first period, but the shots on goal are 18-15 Capitals. Icing against the Bruins. Bruins back in action after tonight. Thursday up in Montreal, taking on the Canadiens at the Bell Center. Koepke dumps in the zone. Lindgren plays it over to Chychrun. Here's Ovechkin, tied up there by Joki Harju. Ovechkin gets this puck out. Zadorov deflects it off of Lauk going in. Lindgren with the right-handed stick plays it ahead. Bruins try to keep this in. Koepke off his shoulder. Puck comes out. Let me know your thoughts on what the on the new Bruins jerseys that were leaked earlier in the week yesterday. They got leaked, so if you've seen them, let me know your thoughts on them in the chat. Need some more chat interaction here in the third period. Make sure if you have not yet, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Our sub count's gone pretty stale. Not stale, but pretty, it's gone quiet. It's kind of stayed put right at 1980. We're so close to 2,000 subscribers. So close. You've actually lost 3 subs tonight, so thank you. Here, McIlrath, Dowd for Carlson. Beecher poke checks it. Here comes Beecher. Has VL with him behind him. Beecher gets thrown off the puck. We were in 1983 before the stream started. We're now back to 1980, so thanks, chat. Ian Mitchell plays it around the net. Beecher will try to get this puck to the line. Carlson keeps it in. Sandin, shot hit, gets knocked down all the way to the net. Dowd, tied up there by Brown. Sandin for Duhan. Capitals have it back in the offensive zone for right now. Mitchell against McMichael. I guess I'm just destined to have 1,980 subscribers, I guess. Lorai for Brown. And if you subscribe, your name might pop up on the screen. As long as you have your subscriptions public, they might pop up on screen. Van Riemsdyk off a stick and into the zone. Zadorov for David Pastrnak. Dumps in the zone. Van Riemsdyk tied out there by Zacha. This puck comes to the line. Zadorov, Joki Harju fakes the shot. Here is David Pastrnak. Bruins keeping possession out top. Keeps it just inside the line. Fires it in front. Knocked down by Strome. Geekie was trying to play through Chychrun. Geekie ate the hit and reverse hit Chychrun. Leonard against Pastrnak. McIlrath back to Chychrun. Chychrun. Capitals are being kept in their own zone by the Bruins forecheck here. Here is Dubois. Across the Caps line, Wilson has Ovechkin backdoor. Trying to play it across. Lauko takes it from Ovechkin. Moves this ahead, cross-ice pass. Lindholm guides it in the zone. McIlrath plays it around the net. Lauko trying to get it to Koepke. Has Lindholm in front. Tipped by Lindholm, saved by Lindgren. Lindholm got robbed. Lindholm got tackled by... Was that Chychrun behind the net? Dubois. Wilson misses high. Ovechkin had the rebound, got poke checked. Ovechkin. Dubois. Carlson misses over the net. Pete got a block and the puck goes out of play. Capitals win the draw. Sandin shot saved by Swayman. Eller. Capitals keeping possession behind the net. Middlestat takes it from Beauvillier. Lowry turns it over. Beauvillier. Carlson. Sandin delays. Carlson shoots. Swayman, no! No, he did stop it! Oh my goodness! Jeremy Swayman just robbed John Carlson. Unbelievable. I thought that went in the net. I thought Carlson scored because the Caps started celebrating, but no. Swayman makes the stop. In one of the greatest stops I've seen Swayman make this season. Call Boston Police Department. We have to report a highway robbery, a thievery of a lifetime from Swayman. Great save on Carlson by Swayman. Bruins win. Capitals win the draw. They're still pinned in the offensive in their own zone here. Leonard tied up there by Wotherspoon. Strome to the line. Carlson for Sandin. Carlson shoots. Swayman fights that one off. Strome shot over the net. That goes out of play. Wotherspoon and Protas shoving at each other in front of Swayman in the Bruins net. 8-3 Blue Jackets. That's called a snowman. They go to TV timeout. You want 10 in Columbus, yes. We haven't scored 7 goals in a game all season. That is depressing. Capitals still keeping the Bruins in the offensive zone. Ovechkin's shot just wide of the net, looking for 892. Trying to get... Puck goes out of play. Trying to get closer to 895. The Bruins have scored 6 goals 5 times this season. That's it. That's not good. Chychrun shot just wide of the net. The Capitals have kept the Bruins in the offense in their own zone for about a minute. They finally get it out. Lauko has Lindholm. Lauko spins back against Chychrun. Sauces it over to Yoki Haru. Shot save by Lindgren. Don't accidentally win this game, please. Oh, that's funny. Geeky will take the draw here against Dowd. Keep on tanking. Right. Capitals win the draw. Pasternak gets it over to Zacha. Fehervari tied up there by Zacha. Pasternak playing it around the net. Duheim tied up there by Lohrei. John Carlson flips this puck to center. Mitchell gloves it down. Puck comes to Dowd. Capitals got it 3-on-3. Duheim shot saved by Swayman. He's got 23 saves on 20, or he's got 21 saves on 23 shots tonight. Dubois against Casey Middlestat out there with Husnudinov and Lettieri has been the best Bruins line tonight. McMichael against Middlestat. Bruins win the draw behind their own net. Wotherspoon trying to get this puck out of the zone. Capitals keep it in, but Middlestat breaks it out for Boston. Peek ahead off Lettieri and in. Carlson tied up there by Husnudinov. Middlestat trying to get it to Husnudinov. Middlestat gets it free. Husnudinov. Lettieri can't get a shot away. Second shot attempt is blocked. Lettieri's leading the team tonight in shots with 5. Husnudinov along the near side in the corner. Middlestat in there with Carlson, Fehervari, McMichael. Bruins need a little bit of support. The Bruins get the puck, but the Capitals get it. Here's McMichael for Wilson. Wilson trying to connect with Dubois. Pass deflected, but it's onside. Wilson dumps Lettieri. McMichael for Wilson. McMichael from the line. McMcElrath save. Rebound. Dubois denied by Swayman with the pad. Great stop. Middlestat gets around McMcElrath, gets it in the zone, and the Bruins will change. Sabres lead 4-1. Ha! What's going on, Josiah? How are you? Pasternak for Lohrei has Geeky and Zacha. Bruins dump in. Zacha around the net. Lohrei fans on a shot. Beauvillier for the Capitals trying to get this puck into the zone. Eller drops for Trevor Van Riemsdyk. That shot gets through. Mangiapane taken off the puck by Lohrei. Crowd looking, the Capitals fans in the building looking for a penalty, could not get one. Van Riemsdyk without a stick. Pasternak for Zacha. Bruins have numbers. Zacha. Pasternak shot saved by Lindgren on a one-timer. Zadorov gets pressure by Protas. Beauvillier gets this puck out. And it goes into the benches, up and out of play. Senators get one back. It's 4-2. They're going to redo the draw. Bruins win the draw. Shot knocked down. It's Beecher VL Brown. with Zadorov and Jokiharju. Capitals get it in the zone. Jokiharju poke checks it. Beecher. Back to Jokiharju for Brown. Bruins will break this out into the neutral zone. VL crosses the line with it. Brown, shot, save by Lindgren. This puck comes all the way down. Icing against the Capitals. Capitals and Bruins tied at 2 in the third. Shots 24-20 in favor of the Capitals. The Bruins would need 5 shots for the first time in 10 games to get 25 shots or more in a game. Face-off is won by the Bruins, but the Capitals hop on it first. McMichael gets it out. Koepke the stick lift. Here's Andrew Peak. He reaches the red line, dumps it in deep around the net. McElrath plays it around past Koepke. Protas pinned against the wall by Lindholm. Any news on Jack Edwards' health? Did they ever diagnose what's wrong with him? I heard it. I forgot what it was. It's something. I think it's some disease. Hopefully he's okay. Once I figure it out, I'll let you know. Here's Leonard. Waterspoon poke checks him. Leonard trying to get to Strome. Protas for Fehervari. Strome. Fehervari shoots. Saved by Swayman. Van Riemsdyk on the rebound. Pass to Leonard. Broken up by Lindholm. Fehervari. Protas shot knocked down. Koepke doesn't have a stick. Shot, rebound, Strome scores! Dylan Strome. Capitals with the lead on a shot from the line of Karam in front. 3-2 Caps. It was Dylan Strome who tapped in the rebound. You guys are wild. Geeky plays it around. Here is Dubois. Ovechkin looking for 892. Drops it for Van Riemsdyk. Shot blocked by Jokiharju. Former Bruins a goal for the Predators. Oh yeah, Osterley? Or is it Lausanne? Which pylon defenseman scored for the Predators as a former Bruin? Oh, anyway. Here is Geeky. For Pasternak has Zacha as a drop. Finds him. Shoots it, and it goes over the net. And it goes out of play. Hello? Stop the clock, please. Thank you. Osterley, yeah. Giants tonight, by the way, right? Yeah. Sure. Can we score? Who knows? For pride, hopefully. For anything else, no. All I want in life is ever sitting a baseball. Hopefully tomorrow, right? Hopefully tomorrow. Three of the next 7 games to wrap up the season will be at home. Oh my god, the graphics just said the Bruins were going to Atlanta to play the Thrashers. Oh, brother. If they were going to play the Thrashers, oh my god. Anyways. Leaves from the other NHL playoff games. Nope, doing Providence Bruins hockey. Providence Bruins playoff games coming up soon. Puck comes out to center. Middlestat enters the zone. Lettieri, slapper, saved by Lindgren. Puck deflects in the zone. Swayman plays it around. Zadorov leaves it for Yoki Haru, trying to get this to Lettieri. And Zaka couldn't get the pass. Oh boy, Zaka falls over. Mangiapane. He'll dump in the zone. Zadorov knocks into Eller. Pasternak gets this out. Here is Fehervari for Beauvillier. Geeky trying to take it away. Trying to work it in front for Pasternak. Can't. Wotherspoon trying to get it to Pasternak. That's puck deflects out of play. Middlestat against Dubois. 7 minutes to go in the third. Middlestat, Geeky, Pasternak. Zaka's off the ice. We're good at losing close games. We're good at losing all games. Lava. All games. Peak dumps in the zone. Carlson, Pasternak tying him up. Works it in front and couldn't get the pass into Middlestat or Geeky in front. McMichael, Geeky, the good takeaway. Trying to flip it ahead. McMichael gets it back. Caps are offside.
This Thursday, don't miss an Original Six matchup where the Bruins head to Montreal to take on the Canadiens. Continue the oldest rivalry in the NHL. Pre-game coverage begins at 6 with puck drop at 7. Only on NESN and streaming on NESN 360. Presented by GMC. Strong from Protas and Fehervari at 10:37. Go-ahead goal here in the third.
Brown wins the draw. Bruins will get possession.
Dished it back into his own zone. Reacher had the puck in his
Apparently official news. Starting next season, the NFL will measure first downs with camera-based technology instead of chain game. Instead of chains? Oh. Okay. Puck goes out of play. Alright. Fair enough. Since you've been gone. Yeah. Middlestat wins the draw. Yoki Haru has to go get it back in his own end. Lettieri chips it into Middlestat. Since you've been gone. Yoki Haru. Strome takes it. Here's Leonard, who's in the +1 on the night. Middlestat gets it in the zone. Lindgren for Sandin, flipped out of the zone. Puck is knocked down. Mitchell for Lettieri, back to Mitchell. Ely Kelly Clarkson song? Yes. Lorai dumps in, cross corner. Chychrun tied up there by Lindholm. 5.5 to go. Lindholm trying to work it in front for Lauko, who's plopped in front. Can't. Ovechkin for Dubois. Here come the Capitals. Wilson with Van Riemsdyk. Wilson across. Pinball's in the net. Tom Wilson. Goes off of a defender, and in the net, the Caps lead 4-2. It goes off Lorai and in. Brutal bounce. Brutal bounce. Oh my God. That's just unlucky more than anything for the Bruins there. Lucky for Wilson for sure. Chychrun keeps it just inside the line. Pastrnak shoots. Score! Well, David Pastrnak says, don't go away just yet. 4-3. The Bruins will then won again. It's 4-3. Pastrnak has his second goal of the night. Good feed from Geeky. Pastrnak just surveys the scene. Wrist shot from the near circle. It's 4-3. Well then. We are now in the Black and Gold Productions Final 5 of this game. Episode 387 of the Black and Gold Hockey Podcast is available on demand on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and on YouTube. Myself, David Collins, and Kenny Kaminsky talked all things Bees, including the AHL Bruins. Providence Bruins on their way to the Calder Cup playoffs. Fehérváry shot save. Also, go check out blackandgoldhockey.com to go check out shot from the line save Swayman. To go check out recent articles about the Bruins organization, including Danzlo Schmelich signing with a 3-year entry-level deal with the Boston Bruins. Hustadinov got tripped, no call. Eller, under 4 minutes to go. Fehérváry. Carlson shoots. Swayman the save. Lettieri trying to get this puck out. He coughed it up, but there's Yoki Haru. Gets it out to center. Leonard stood up at the line by Zadorov. He gets through him and Geeky. 3.5 to go. They're probably going to pull Swayman here in the next minute to try to get the extra attacker out there. Touch pass Geeky for Pastrnak. Looking for a hat trick. Pastrnak in front for Zacha. Can't get the shot through. Lohrei keeps it alive. Zaka, touch pass for Geeky, who gets it behind the net. Capitals flip it out to center. Leonard kicks it to his stick blade. Protas across. Strome. Sandin wide. Here is Sandin. He gets it in the zone. Protas tied up there by Mitchell. Zaka for Lohrei. Look for Swayman to get the pull here soon. Geeky will try to dump in the zone. He'll get it in down to 2.5. A quick rest for the Bruins. Top guys. Jokiharju ahead for Husnadinov. Trying to find Kepke, can't. Drops. Zadorov shot, knocked down, rebound in front. And the shot never got to, the puck never got to Lindgren. Zadorov dumps it back in. The Bruins are offside. They have to tag up. Capitals will try to get it in with 2 minutes. They got to get Swayman out of the net right now. They have the right crew out there. They just got to get Swayman off. Mittelstadt will try to carry it ahead. Gets tied up. Wilson. Carlson. Dubois saves Swayman with the pad. They got to break this puck out of the zone right now. They want to have a chance here. They pull Swayman extra attacker on. It's 6-on-5. The Bruins need one to tie. Capitals ice the puck with 1:29 to play. And Fehervari's a little banged up over on the Caps bench. Ovechkin on the ice to try to get 892. The Bruins, and Fehervari's going to go down the tunnel. Lindholm, Mittelstadt, Zaka, Geeky, Pasternak, Lohrei. Capitals win the draw. Sandin plays it around. Pasternak keeps it just inside the line. Tip by Lindholm just goes wide of the net. Mittelstadt. Pasternak fakes. Shoots. Save. Rebound. McMichael, Geeky tying it up. Here's Ovechkin. He gets it out to center. Minute to go. Mittelstadt enters the zone on a feed from Pasternak. Drops it, turns it over. Here is McMichael for Ovechkin. 8:92 wide. Final minute of regulation. Zaka for Lohrei down to 50 seconds. Lohrei will try to enter the zone. He does. He plays it around the net. Lindholm. Popped up there by Sandin. Puck comes to Geeky. Played around the net now. Lohrei at the point. The Bruins need one. Pasternak. Mittelstadt. Pasternak shot wide. Lohrei keeps it in down to 25. Zaka. Carlson trying to take it away. Hitting it up against the corner wards. 20 seconds to go. This puck is still tied up. 10 seconds. The Capitals are just putting the puck in the corner here. Geeky. Puck comes to Ovechkin. Ovechkin. Pasternak keeps it in. Zaka. 3 seconds. Pasternak at the horn. Save. Caps win. The Caps win this game 4-3. 9 straight games with a loss. Capitals win 4-3, the final. Florida and Montreal going to overtime. We'll call that live. Here we go. Buffalo and Ottawa's gone final. That means the Bruins are now last place in the Eastern Conference. That is what that means. if you were wondering. Bro, thank you. Overtime is underway in Montreal. Oh boy, here we go. This is huge for the Bruins. This is huge for Montreal. They need to win this. Caulfield, here he comes. He has to spin back. Montreal needs to win this to keep their playoff hopes intact here. To try to keep their hopes in the right direction. Suzuki, wraparound, score! Montreal wins! Nick Suzuki wins it in overtime. And the Canadiens are going to keep their playoff hopes intact. Whoa! Wow! Nick Suzuki wins it in overtime for Montreal. They beat Florida 3-2. They will keep their hopes alive for the Stanley Cup playoffs. Oh dear. Okay. Josiah.
Hello.
Hello.
So, how many minutes am I obligated to talk about the Bruins before I can talk about more fun stuff?
I will give you, if you're looking for a number, I'll give you 3 minutes.
To talk about the Bruins?
Yeah.
So you're making me talk about them for 3 minutes.
Oh, okay. I see how
Okay.
this is. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, got to do that. So, yeah, no, that went exactly how it should have, and they lost, so that's how it should have gone. I will give it to them though. They didn't roll over and die. You know,
Yeah.
It was 2-0 at the end of the first. So I was like, oh, this is going to be ugly, and this is going to be really fun. First of all, thank you, Lord. Obviously, Ovechkin was coming in with 5 goals to score. That wasn't going to happen. But could you just imagine, because you know that goal of him breaking the record is going to be on repeat for the next 20 years until it's broken again.
Yep.
You do not want that to be against your team. So luckily, the Bruins are in the clear. We will not have to keep rewatching this garbage clip for years and years to come. We won't have to watch that, which is awesome. So that's great. They lost, which sucks, but at the same time, tanking. No.
Okay.
I mean, I don't like tanking. It sucks, but whatever. They honestly, it's really sad to say. I feel like that was probably the best they've played in 5 games? Because they rolled over. Like, I mean, you could argue the Red Wings game was okay, but you got blown out by the Ducks, blown out by the Kings, you lost to the Sharks, and blown out to the Knights. So excluding the previous game against the Red Wings, the last time you did okay was against the Sabres, which, mind you still lost in overtime, but it was okay. But since then, you've been blown out 3 times. You lost to the Sharks. So, hey, valiant effort for, they know their fan base is mad. They know that no one's on their side really right now. And they still played hard. They did a decent job. So all power to them.
Yeah.
Any last thoughts before I move on to more fun stuff?
No, I just, I'm actually kind of happy they actually didn't just roll over and die like little bitches. I'm happy that, I'm happy that they actually played decent hockey tonight and just fell short. If that's how they play the rest of the time this season, then I'll be happy with that, because at least they show compete, right? So
Exactly. Well, first piece of news, which I know you've already told chat, but I am like over the moon on. Tell me a little bit about your feelings on being the substitute color analyst for the Providence Bruins on April 19th versus the Bridgeport Islanders.
yeah, so it's not really a substitute. They don't really have a color analyst.
Oh, do they not?
No, so it's just Austin.
So you're the only one.
for right. Well, once again, I like to point out that Dean gives broadcasting students one game a year to have to be a color analyst with Austin, kind of get them on the team. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to be turning into, hopefully, one of the voices of the Providence Bruins.
Dude,
So-
I'm so pumped.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
so
kind of
pumped.
cool, huh?
Dude, I'm so excited for you, dude. Literally, when I saw that, I had to I rubbed my eyes. I'm like, am I seeing the Providence Bruins logo on my screen right now?
Yeah,
on
you
Sam's
are.
Story? Is this real?
Yep.
So yeah, no, dude, very congratulations, man. I'm super excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be a blast, man. I'm pumped.
Speaking of the other things that's interesting, the New Hampshire Fisher Cats, our local baseball team that you are now employed by, start their season in a few days on the 4th.
Yes.
When do you when's the start date for you? Because I know you only do a few games every week, or like how does it work for you?
So I'll be starting in May when I go back home for the summer. I told my boss that I'm not going to be available for the first month because I'm in school, and he's perfectly okay with that. It's a part-time gig, so it's not a big deal. But I said to him, when I get back, I'm going to be doing a lot of games. But so I'll be there. I'll be at most of the home games for sure. So
Sweet. And the other thing is to make you all feel better. The Red Sox don't play only 3 days this whole month, and we're in one of them right now. The Bruins play every single day in April except on the 17th and the 28th. There is a hell of a lot of baseball to watch, baby.
yeah.
And I'm so excited because, even though they've had a pretty horrendous start, but that's because, as I continue to say about the beach ball quote, I wish Devers could figure out how to hit one, but, it'll happen eventually.
Devers could use one of those torpedo bats.
Dude, he used 2 of them glued together, and he still would miss it.
Oh my god.
Like, he's swinging through everything.
Yeah, he's not even making contact really.
Right, he struck out, 12 of his 16 first at-bats?
He looks like me when I'm trying to play MLB The Show. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, man. Hit the damn ball.
Yeah, I know that you and I are going to games relatively early. You're going, Saturday or Sunday?
I am going to be at the Red Sox game Sunday.
Sunday. All right. Oh, you're going on Minecraft movie night? Ew.
Is that what I thought I was just going to Sunday Night Baseball.
That's so unfortunate, dude.
Oh man, damn. That's okay. I'm going with Grant and Roby, who's a friend of ours. It's his birthday, so we're going out.
Oh, nice. I'm going on Wednesday, which is Bruins night.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah.
Yeah, Bruins night. Hey, let's celebrate a trash ass team. Anyway.
Woo!
Woo! Hey, at the very least, we play the White Sox for 2 series this April, which, first of all, it scares the hell out of me that they have a better record than we do right now. But it's fine. It's early. We have 158 games to go. We're fine, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Should be.
Yeah.
In theory.
Yeah. I mean, we play horrible teams the rest. So once the Orioles is done, we have the Cardinals, which you could argue they're okay. But then you have the Blue Jays, the White Sox, the Rays, the White Sox again, the Mariners, the Guardians, and then the Blue Jays again. I would say the Guardians are really the only threat other than maybe the Cardinals. They should have a decent record after this month. So
Blue Jays could make a case.
I don't know, man. They're looking. I mean, granted, the Red Sox are looking worse, but
I legally can't say what I really want to say right now about the Blue Jays.
I was gonna say you're technically employed by that franchise
I can't.
right now. So.
I have to protect them. I think they're gonna put up a fight with the Red Sox.
You know what? I'm not employed, so I'll speak my mind.
Oh, whoa! No, you're not on my stream. No, you can't.
I know. No, for all seriousness, though, the Blue Jays are actually looking better than they did last season. I mean, first of all, they just beat the Nationals today. They're 4-2.
Right.
Oh, wait, yeah, they're 4-2. Honestly, the Red Sox are 1-4. So, hey, they had a pretty decent start, and the Nationals aren't great. However, the Blue Jays, I think, did they take 2 of 3 from the Orioles? Okay. They split the series. Okay, yeah, they split the series with the Orioles. So, no, I will give them that. They are actually, they're fine.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, well, that's gonna be a fun series, and I'm glad I get to go to one of the games. I should have gone to Monday, dude. That's Jarren Duran's All-Star MVP bobblehead night. That's sick.
Okay.
But either way, those were my main 3 things I wanted to cover. Was and hi Brian, how's it going? Was Red Sox are back and looks good. It's gonna be fun. You're employed by technically a major league sports team, and you're gonna possibly be employed by another one, depending on how Providence turns out. So.
Yeah, I'll be working. Yeah, so the plan is that this color job goes well enough so that I can join the Providence Bruins team as a possible backup play-by-play announcer for them.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can, if that's the case, if I do get that, then I will for sure be getting some games next year. So at least a couple of games next year. Play-by-play for Providence Bruins over on Flow. So that should be fun.
Yeah, dude, that's gonna be so sick. Also, Diamondbacks hit a grand slam off the Yankees, so that's cool.
Ha, lol. Anyway.
Yeah, use those torpedo bats to stop those home runs.
Speaking of torpedo bats, did you hear about the first Red Sox to have one?
If it's Devers,
nope.
I'm gonna cry.
It's not.
Is it Duran?
It's Alex Bregman.
What?
He posted on his Instagram story a picture of him holding a torpedo bat in his hand. So it looks like tomorrow he might be using a torpedo bat. So if he hits a home run tomorrow, then we'll know what's going on, right? Okay.
They're gonna ban them so quick.
I don't think they can ban them mid-season. So if we get a ban after this season, then we'll know why.
I mean, it makes sense why. Honestly, I don't think they should be allowed, just because. I mean, obviously the results show for themselves, but at the same time, like, putting that much extra room for an MLB player on that sweet spot, I just feel like home runs are not going to mean as much. Like, when someone hits a home run a game, and it's a really big deal, and it's really fun. But if the Yankees do what they continue to do with those torpedo bats, they hit 9 home runs, man. Like, that's just not even fun.
The thing is, not all of them used the torpedo bats, though. That's the issue. Some of them used normal bats.
Yeah, but 3 of the 4 players that hit home runs were using torpedo bats.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I don't know. But, hey, it is what it is. Wait, where did Brian go?
I don't know, he just disappeared. I don't know.
Okay.
Gone with the wind, I guess.
Bro just dissipated into the mist.
Yeah, it was a good game, Stassi. It was a good game.
Yeah, honestly, I don't mind that performance by the Bruins. I really don't.
Yeah, no.
Especially with these jumbled ass lines, dude.
I will say I did like the look of Millsap with Husnudinov and Lettieri tonight. That actually looked pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't hate that. I was kind of like in and out all day and looking at highlights and all that, and honestly, I feel like Zadorov looked a little better with Yoki Hario as well. You know, he didn't look as disorganized.
I've been saying that the entire time since he got here back in March, that ever since Zadorov and Yoki Hario has been playing together, Zadorov's looked much more comfortable in his own end. So.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, honestly, I'm just thankful that Ovi didn't score his record in Boston. I just didn't want to relive that embarrassment.
I didn't want to. I would never live that down. I have called too many goals. I've called Stanley Cup. I've called series-ending goals. I've called Bruins season-ending goals. I've called Bedard's first goal.
Yeah.
No thanks. I don't want to call Ovechkin's 895th.
Oh yeah, no, that would. No. Oh yeah, no, that would kind of suck.
Yeah, it would.
In other news, really quick, with about 40 seconds to go, the Maine Celtics are about to defeat Capital City Go-Go in Game 1 of the playoffs.
The G League?
The G League playoffs are right now. It's Game 1 tonight, and they look like they're going to take Game 1.
Good, I guess. I don't know.
Hey, playoff is playoff, all right?
Yeah, that is true.
I'm just hoping the Diamondbacks can hold on to this 3-run lead right now. Bottom of the 9th at Yankee Stadium, 7-4 Diamondbacks.
Go D-backs.
And hand the Yankees the first loss of the season, please.
That'd be funny.
When was the last time I talked to you? I don't even remember, because that Westgate road trip.
It was before the road trip.
Yeah, I think it was what? It might have been that Buffalo game, funny enough, actually.
Might have been.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. I mean, you've gotten the Providence offer.
Yeah.
Broadside started, all that.
Crazy.
Your life is peaking over here. Well, hopefully it's not peaking. Hopefully it's just getting started, but...
Yeah.
Next up...
life is good right now, man.
I know. Yeah, it's going to be pretty sick. Dodgers going to win the World Series again.
We'll see.
I don't know, actually. What's your thoughts?
Probably. they
Okay,
are
cool. Optimism.
They are a really good baseball team. They have everybody they could possibly need. Honestly, if they don't win the World Series at least 6 out of the next 7 years, then that's an issue.
6 out of the next 7?
You heard me.
No.
Betts, Ohtani, Freeman. Are you? That's all I need to say right there.
No. That's impossible even for like...
They have the definition of a super team. If they don't win the World Series, it's a bust year every year. I don't care.
The Celtics have a super team, and that's not even close to possible.
But they don't have the level of the Dodgers, though.
No, actually, okay. I would disagree with that. They have the same level of the Dodgers compared to the NBA. However, there is not as much competition in the MLB to the Dodgers than there is to the Celtics in the NBA.
Right.
For example, like Cleveland and OKC are going to be legitimate problems and tough opponents for the Celtics in the playoffs. I would say the next closest for the Dodgers, well, it depends. I would say one from the East and West. Let me take a quick
Yankees
look.
from the East, probably.
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, there is an argument to be made about the Phillies, because the Phillies are pretty damn strong.
Yeah.
So I'd say probably Phillies, Yankees, and then that's about it. So yeah, no, I'd just say, the Dodgers definitely have a much easier path, but injuries, man, you never know.
That is true. You never really
That's
know.
why you're giving them that 1 year to not get it.
Yeah, right.
Without injuries, 7 out of 7. Oh my god. Could you
Right.
imagine how boring that would be, though, to have 8 seasons in a row and with the Dodgers winning?
Right. It won't happen. There's gonna be somebody that'll beat the Dodgers eventually, but I don't see anybody right now.
It's not as bad as, like, back in, what was it, like the 50s when the Canadians won, like, 11 cups in a row. Something like that.
Yeah.
Like, some ridiculousness. That's why when the Canadian fans are like, oh, we have so many cups. I'm like, yeah, because half of them are more than fake, right? Like, when was the last time Montreal won a cup?
93.
Yeah.
Win a cup in the 21st century, buddy.
Actually, that's a question. Who do you think's going to take home the cup this year?
Oh my god. It's like throwing it. It's Asking who I think is going to win the Stanley Cup is like trying to shoot a bow and arrow from 100 yards away right at the target. No.
Honestly, I mean,
There's
I would say just go with the Caps. That's a safe bet.
It's Ovechkin that's a little young for probably them. It's gonna be
Honestly,
it's gonna be somebody out of the West.
It's going to be Dallas, I think. That's my pick. That's my actual pick is Dallas.
It's probably gonna be.
They picked.
I wonder.
I don't know.
I wonder if playoff Hellebuck's gonna show up. Because if playoff Hellebuck shows up, then the Jets are first round exits. So.
You mean the Stars?
No, the Jets.
Oh, the Jets. Oh.
If playoff Hellebuck shows up, then the Jets are first round exits because the Jets are absolutely because Hellebuck's awful in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So if I'm telling you, I watch a lot of Kings games. The Kings don't lose at home very often.
I agree, and honestly, that would be my first choice. Would be the Kings to win.
That's what I want to.
Obviously.
That's what I want.
Well, yeah. I mean.
It's who I want to. Who do I think is going to win? Dallas.
Yeah, it's Dallas. Mikko Rantanen, man, I'm telling you.
Carolina could be up there.
No, they're broken, dude. After the trade deadline, they're broken.
No, they're not. They didn't really lose a lot besides Ranson, really.
But ever since, they've been very up and down. Like,
That's fair.
way too inconsistent to take a good run.
Oh, well, okay, fine. Honestly, it can never rule out Florida.
Oh, yeah, especially picking up Marchand. You know, that power play is absolutely dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, you got what? You got Sam Reinhart, Bennett, Kachuk when he comes back, Marchand, and then obviously you have Sergei Bobrovsky in net, and, you know, he's a god right now.
Barkov, too.
Barkov, yeah, he honestly was a surprise for me. Rip Carolina, they're facing the Caps tomorrow.
Oof.
But yeah, no, I just call Carolina inconsistent because they went on a really big winning streak at the beginning of March. You know, they beat Calgary, Bruins, Red Wings, Jets, Lightning, Red Wings, Flyers, Sharks. But then they got dismantled by the Kings and then lost to the Predators.
Oh,
so I'm
okay.
like, ooh. But yeah, no, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. All right,
honestly,
I'm gonna wrap up stream. What's your final thoughts here?
Yankees lost. So, Yankees lose.
Okay, then. There you go.
That's it.
That's all I got for that.
That's all I got. All right.
All right, Josiah. I'll talk to you after the game on Thursday.
Who are we facing again? I don't even remember.
Montreal.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, in Montreal, too. Oh, God. That's going to be bad.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I say we're only going to win 2 more games this season.
I hope we don't. I want them to get the best draft pick. By the way, I want to point out that now officially the Boston Bruins are last place in the Eastern Conference.
Yay!
So.
Oh, no. Well, till next time.
Yeah, till next time. See you later.
All right, Red Sox baseball. Let's go.
All right, everybody. I'm going to wrap up stream here. Bruins lose this one 4-3 to the Washington Capitals. The Bruins are now last place in the Eastern Conference as they try to look for a good draft pick. As they have now the 4th best odds to get the first overall pick. We'll see you guys on Thursday for Bruins and Canadians. Saturday for Hurricanes, Bruins. Sunday will not be streaming. Bruins Sabres. I'll be at the Red Sox Cardinals game that night, so I will not be there. I will see you guys on Thursday. Have a great rest of your night. Bruins lose 4-3 at home. They are now on a 9-game losing streak. Good night, everybody. I'm sorry, it's the 5th best odds, not the 4th. My bad.